I'm Rena Obozeghie. Welcome to a new week. Now, a viral video of a case of domestic violence has shown a man identified as Ekere Ebong brutalizing his wife at their residence in Oyo, the Akpabio state capital. Now, the 5-minute video, the woman is seen lying on the ground with blood coming out from her mouth as she continued to beg her husband to stop the beating. Now, in the video, one of the neighbors who were out for her rescue claimed that the husband, who is a lawyer and has been confirmed by the NDA to be one of theirs, has beaten his wife about every night the 4 years he's been in their neighborhood.
You're not shameful. What happened? Open this place. Open this place. What kind of lawyer are you?
Madam, who get rapper? Make them give him. Who get rapper? Give him rapper first. Make she cover.
I will give her rapper later, well, please.
It's not be today. I've lived in this compound for 4 years. When I was living there, every night we'll be beating this woman.
Well, let's see some reactions from Instagram. Prince of Hearts is reacting and he says, domestic abuse and violence is a matter for the police to investigate and court for justice, not for NBA, because he's a lawyer. Primary purpose of NBA is to uphold lawyers to professional and ethical standards in the pursuit of their job. But this user, Abe Exda, he thinks in response to that part of their ethical standards is to be an upright citizen that upholds the law. And he says assault is an automatic contradiction. Now, coming to his action, Frida says, very good. Strip him off his gown and wig. Let him enter boxing ring. God bless those real men, but una foresee use the pistol, give him small massage for lips. Well, violence and jungle justice. And this user, Buki, says, while it is good to get punished for his actions, have we thought of the impact of this punishment on his family? If he is a breadwinner, it will make more sense to also establish the wife if she's solely dependent on him. Well, let's see how the investigations and punishment will come in all of this. And the former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, who is Atahiru Jega, has described Nigeria as a failing state that should be restructured before 2027. He also recommends the amendment of Electoral Act, and he adds that there is no need for the creation of more states as decentralization resources will reduce the cost of governance. Let's see partly what he said on Friday at an engagement. He says, I don't believe Nigeria is a failed state, but we must realize that Nigeria is a failing state, and if we put it in jeopardy and not safeguard it, then the worst can happen. And then he says, before 2027, some restructuring of the Nigerian Federation should be embarked upon through evidence-based constitutional reforms, the objectives of which should be to decentralize powers and restructures and resources from the federal tier and to spread them to those of the state and local government. Now, Kitikba, in reaction to this, says Atahiru Jega was the very one who laid the foundation for this evil administration. He's surprised that the little snake he once fed goats is swallowing cows now. And then John the Beloved says, why was it taking you so long to speak the truth? Everyone will finally get his own portion of bad governance. And then Uno in same thought says, so all of a sudden, Jega has become the mouthpiece of the masses. Nigeria the funny. And then finally, Obiora Utu says, Mr. Jega, history will be kind to you for speaking up and for speaking the truth. Firstly, you conducted one of the fairest elections in the country, and now you're speaking out against the state capture by the political mafias, which was aided by the judiciary. It says All Progressives Congress as a party and their members might want to continue living in denial, but they won't certainly be spared. If Nigeria ignites, their quest for power and state control will certainly not be of help to them. Okay, also in politics, the politics of governance now, the president of the Senate, Akpabio, has denied collapsing before President Bola Ahmed Tinubu during his birthday celebration in Abuja. Now, Akpabio gave the clarification in his office at the National Assembly when some senators paid him a sympathy visit. Now, and he attributed what happened to him. He says, work was responsible plus tiredness from the celebration. You remember that it was in circulation on Thursday that Akpabio collapsed at the venue for his 61st birthday lecture while he was seeing off the president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. But he has denied, even though his aide actually said, oh, did he deny or accept in a way, but he gave explanation to what happened. Let's listen to him at this point.
What eventually happened after the event was a show of humanity, and I went to and I called my doctors, and I was assured that I had a bout of malaria mingled with stress. A bout of malaria mingled with stress, and the stress could be described in another way: exhaustion. So anybody could be exhausted. In fact, please drink water daily, so that you don't get exhausted. So I don't see any problem. Just reassure Nigerians that the National Assembly is intact, and we are still going on with our duty of appropriation. We'll resume plenary on the 20th, but before then, I hope the committee, the various committees, including appropriation, finance.
All right, just a reaction to this is from the chosen one who says Nigerian confusion, but your spokesman denied your slumping stuff. And let's go over to away from Nigeria, and it's about our final story where Ghanaian music artists are unhappy that the influx of foreign music into their country is becoming too much. They are therefore planning to have their songs played 100% this season, and they believe that the plan will help deregister songs from other countries' artists from their subconscious mind of their citizens. Now let's take a listen to them before we call back for some
Ghanaians every time. That's what they are on, and that's what they play. So when you go and check Apple Music Top 100 Ghanaian songs, you see foreign music. But that's what they hear on their radio. That's what they vibe to. So that's what rings in their head.
Okay, so if they continue, they said they wanted to be strategic about to ensure that it is their music that is played in their country, and that instead of having their citizens have other songs in their mind, their songs should be in their own mind. And now David Ogbeni says, coming from a people who haven't still come to terms on how their movies were wiped away from the surface of the earth because of similar policy when they banned Nigerian actors from filming in Ghana, we reciprocated and the rest was history. When I don't start from music angle again. And then Emmanuel says, Nigerian did this around 2006 or so, and that's why we were able to grow our industry to this level. Without bias, I honestly support them on this. And more thought is from the Food Networking tool, says, bro still lives in 1900s. Radio doesn't influence music as much as internet does. They love what they hear on the internet and they play it. Let foreign music breathe. Okay, and Olumide says, love, these same people whose biggest music consumers are Nigerians are other African countries. Black Sheriff too is joining them. Low premium tiers loading. Okay, so let's see if this will indeed be premium tiers or anything, but I don't know, is it selfish, Unkoli? Do you think that this is the right way to go about making sure that your product is consumed in your own community?
Bail me out.
Well, it's a little bit of protectionism, if you ask me. Mm-hmm. And Ghanaian artists trying to protect their own music industry. All well and good, they have a right to do that. But like one of the comments there said, how do you protect your music industry when you think about playing music on radio and TV? What about the internet? Mm-hmm. How do you demarcate? The internet is borderless, completely borderless. And protectionism will simply not work in this particular case. So maybe what the Ghanaian artists want to do is to up their game and bring out better, be more creative, bring out better songs, bring out better videos of their songs. And probably they will be able to capture the imagination and the subconscious of their followers, of their
Absolutely.
compatriots.
Because I didn't know of regulations that say maybe 70% in your country music should be played, and then maybe 30 can come in from other countries. But this is airwaves we are talking about, and the internet, we have absolutely, we can say we have no control of it. So it depends on what you do there and how much you put yourself out there. And I also wonder,